on to your feedback. First, I want to read, this was in the YouTube section. This was a commenter who said, and this was at the Nerve at Night, which you guys really responded to, and we're so happy because we love doing the Nerve at Night. This troublemaker says, fighting my nerves as I am headed for a bone marrow biopsy in the AM. The nerve sustains me. I'll be thinking about all that was discussed tonight as I am on the procedure table tomorrow. And troublemaker, our thoughts are with you, and we hope everything turned out okay. Either way, though, come hang out at the Nerve and come join our Substack and just take solace in our community here, in our little Nerve fam, as one of you guys called it. And I also want to say that I saw the troublemaker who commented on the YouTube channel under, I believe, the Nerve at Night, who said that you have been struggling with clinical depression for your entire life, and that there are some weeks where you can't get out of bed, and you, again, the Nerve is a great distraction for you, and we make you laugh, and that you feel ashamed at times of what you've got, of the illness that you've got. And I saw the comments back to you. And again, we have like the A++ gold star of audience and community members and troublemakers, because every single response was encouragement and support and commiseration, and saying that there are people out there in our community who've been through it and go through it and suffer from it. And I just hope that landed with you, troublemaker. We see you, and there is no need for shame. You have a brain. There's something with the chemistry in your brain that is not your fault. So we are with you. Now, this is from a troublemaker named Scott. And the header of this email is Operation Splinter Storm. Now, Scott says, Maureen, I did not see anything in the merch shop, shopthenerve.com, for the regular guy demographic. So I thought I would add to the pool of ideas that we have coming in. See Operation Splinter Storm t-shirt attached. And I got to tell you, Scott, this is going to the top of the pile for our next round of merch. Okay, now on to your emails. This is from, now I read this troublemaker's email in a recent show, and I mispronounced her first name, and I feel terrible. She says it's Kirsten, not Kristen. And I am so sorry, Kirsten. She says this happens all the time. I am so sure it does. And how annoying for you. Okay. Now, as to, what I just sort of opened this segment with, Joan, Kirsten says, let's keep the memory of the women that the Kennedys expect us to forget alive, perhaps an in memory of segment on their birth and death dates. And, Kirsten, you are reading my mind, because in the last week of October, Martha Moxley's, the anniversary of her death is coming up, and I was already planning to acknowledge that. And I really like your idea a lot. I really do. And she also says, Troublemaker K, I finally joined Instagram so that I can take part in your polls. We love it. Okay, now feedback to our Ryan Reynolds piece, which just like the wood chipper was built for a Ryan Reynolds. Okay. Again, he set fire to his elementary school in a small town in Canada and admitted to it. Hi, Maureen. I'm pretty sure Ryan's dad was a cop. That's likely how he got away with shit like burning down the school, bullying, etc. Try to check out the interview that Canadian broadcaster Ian Hanomansing, if I'm saying your name correctly, did on The National. We will check it out. I also bet that Alanis Morissette, whom Ryan was engaged to for 2.5 years, she dumped his ass, parens, would have some good stories to tell, as well as Scarlett J. Dear Maureen, one detail to add to your feature on Ryan Reynolds. It's not alleged, he confessed to it. Arson of his elementary school was that Ryan's father was a Mountie, i.e. on the RCMP police force charged with investigating crimes including arson. I wasn't able, you guys are so good. Like, you went and you're trying to find this stuff out. I wasn't able to quickly determine when his father, James Chester Reynolds, retired from the RCMP, but there's a strong possibility he would have been on the force in 1987 at the time of the fire, age 45. Even if he had already retired, there would still be strong ties. And I'm sure any whiff of criminal activity would have brought shame to both him and his family. It actually makes me wonder why James retired from the RCMP to become a food wholesaler. Ryan has joked that that was his actual job and not a CIA cover, and that's because Ryan's a piece of shit who's taken his father down a peg. Incidentally, one of Ryan's brothers, Terry, is a Mountie, and Ryan has stated that he considered following in his father's footsteps as well. Now, Ryan was estranged from his father for 10 years. And by the way, American Predator, I was talking to you guys about that other book that I wrote in which I said I learned from these FBI agents that arsonists, like, it's sexual for them. Fire is they get sexually excited by setting fires and watching them burn and watching the fire department try to put them out and watching people cry as they lose everything. Not saying Ryan does that. I'm just saying arsonists in general do that. So what was it? So the serial killer at the heart of American Predator, when they finally caught him, said, you know what I really did consider doing with my life was becoming a police officer. And you know why? Nobody's going to suspect a police officer of a goddamn thing. What better way? Maureen, what a banger the Nerve at Night was. Well, thank you, Troublemaker. This is Nathalie Kennedy, a frequent flyer. And Nathalie, if I am not saying your name right, please correct me. Nathalie says, it's true, there is nothing like the sound of a wood chipper in the morning. This morning, we have Jennifer Aniston, Jenny, in the Daily Mail, doing a cover piece for Harper's Bazaar, as discussed with Tim, this time hoping to correct the narrative on her fertility journey. Frankly, Jen, none of us care. None of us care. All while dressed in $100,000 worth of designer garb. Please send her to the wood chipper forever. When we're done with our morning show recaps, Nathalie, okay? First things first. Dear Maureen, this is from Troublemaker. Laura, who goes by Low, loves the Nerve and is hoping we can fill up, go to 5 days a week. That is our goal, friends. That is our goal. My reason for writing is to say, mission accomplished. I will no longer be watching any of Ryan Reynolds' movies. I have been really trying to like him for about 25 years. It's a really long time. Since I share a birthday with him, go to an astrologer who might cleanse you of the time of your birth. I like half believe in astrology. Anyway, Laura goes on, his smugness always kept me from really enjoying anything that he did. It's a good thing I don't put much stock into astrology. I'd be worried about myself. That you even ask yourself the question, Laura, means you're so good. You're so good. Hi, Maureen. Troublemaker. Sharon, I'm an Aussie and I'm writing regarding the interview Keith Urban did on Oz Radio, which we replayed. And there's video footage of it. It's great. You should go watch it because Keith is he's like, stop asking. He's so visibly uncomfortable. Anyway, Sharon says the co-host Amanda Keller has been around the block many times and is a very intelligent and savvy woman. She has been involved in the media, mainly TV, actually for many years, and is as sharp as a tack. There is no way, in all caps, she would have asked the questions she asked Keith without knowing something, or at least wanting to probe. Keith's body language said it all. And this is your tease for the mini. Keith's body language said it all. And it's not just Keith we're talking about. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's going to be a banger. Going to be a banger. Also, I would like to sincerely thank you for your segment on Patty Chayefsky. I'm ashamed to, don't be ashamed. All of us have stuff we've never heard of. I'd not heard of this man, but I simply adored his Oscar speech. And I feel it should be played at the beginning of every award ceremony in perpetuity as a reminder to the pampered and overly self-important celebrities that we do not want to hear about their political opinions, whether at an awards ceremony or anywhere else. What a hero. Book recommendation, Good Girl, Bad Girl by Michael Robotham. Sharon's a book I've never heard of. No shame. I've never heard of it. Now I'm going to look into it. You say freaking unputdownable. I loved the guest, by the way. This is great. We should have Troublemaker book recommendations in the Substack too. Okay. Hi, Maureen. On the Nerve at Night today, you shared a letter because we were asking you guys for your dilemmas and your conundrums, and then we're all going to work to solve them together. You shared a letter that a viewer wrote in where she said that Invites were sent out with a hard RSVP date. Her friend had her husband follow up with some lame, "we'll try as long as something doesn't come up." Troublemaker Allison suggests reaching out to offer a response. "Thanks for the heads up. It sounds like this is a tricky time for you. I'll go ahead and confirm the guest list without you." Allison, that is an elegant solution. I wish I had thought of it myself. Maureen, avowed troublemaker here. When you played the trailer of Chelsea Clinton's soon to bomb podcast, you know what we should call it? A bombcast. That should be the portmanteau. Chelsea's bombcast, her bomb of a podcast. I couldn't help but notice that she has the same voice as none other than Her Highness Meghan Markle. Seriously. Methinks that the narcissism dies hard in those two sufferers of main character syndrome. Very eloquent. Hi, Maureen. I seem to be behind, but now watching The Nerve at night. You very quickly made a comment about Garth Brooks being a serial killer. What? Please, deep dive on Garth Brooks. We will do this. We will do this working theory out there that I was just made aware of, that Garth Brooks possibly. I mean, you know, it's all in fun. But we'll do it. We'll do it. Hi, Maureen. This is from Troublemaker Erin. I think your judgeship is on the way. I got a kick out of you asking the troublemakers if they had a connection to the Dick Wolf world. I would die to be a judge on any of the Law and Orders currently in production. Hi, Maureen. I am Italian. And at 4 p.m. when your podcast drops here in Europe, I can't wait to put my headphones on and laugh with you about these morons who live in Hollywood. I am an actress and always dreamed of being part of that world. But now as an adult of almost 40, I am happy to do small things and dive into theater. I believe that the moral price to be part of that world is too high. So thanks for reminding us and showing the world that the simple life that they so desperately try to make us all believe is dull and unimportant is actually the best way to live. Troublemaker Juliana, beautiful name. I could not agree with you more. Also, about Amanda Knox, what do you think about her? Honestly, her new show made me sick to my stomach. Listen, I agree. I think, this girl would have done anything to become famous. I think it's very strange to be really constantly seeking the spotlight and all manner of Hollywood productions based on a young girl losing her life in a violent, tragic, savage assault that, if I recall correctly, was sexual as well. I think it's ghoulish. I think it's very strange. I talked about Amanda very early on in The Nerve, and I got an email from someone who said, listen, I'm friends with her. I know her. And I think if you met her, you would think differently, but I don't know. And I think this pairing with Monica Lewinsky is really ghoulish. Like, they're both stuck in the worst times of their lives. Again, healthy, integrated people. You get some therapy, you work it out, you make your peace with it as best you can, and you move on with your life. Who wants to revisit the savage murder of a college kid? All right. Okay. I think we can all guess who this is from. We begin with my darling, comma. Are you of the opinion that the $150 million acquisition of Barry Weiss and the Free Press by CBS News is enough to save the network from oblivion? Many on the right side of the aisle are hopeful. I, however, am not dying for your response. Love you too much. Troublemakers, it's Armando. Armando. We love you too much, Armando. I don't understand why someone who escaped from legacy media is going back to legacy media, the scene of the crime. Listen, from what I know, and I can't say how I know it, she is very high on her own supply. We are having dinner with billionaires in their lairs, the Bill Ackmans of the world, weekly, and we are being told by them what a genius we are and how we're saving news and sanity. And I also know, and again, this is all anonymously sourced, but she's not a great manager of people. And there was a great story in the New York Post in the business section the other day about CBS News being a notoriously difficult place for outsiders to really gain traction, because when they don't like you or they don't want you, they band together, and she can't fire the whole newsroom. Maureen, Chelsea Clinton's head bobbing made me dizzy. Maybe Dr. Jill will be a guest. Their combined depth of knowledge will be enlightening. Hi, Maureen. Did you see Nathalie again? This hilarious news. Oh, a new subscriber to Rob Shooter Substack, our new regular on the Nerve, Rob Shooter, gossip extraordinaire, reporter extraordinaire. So anyway, she says Rob is utterly brilliant, by the way. Couldn't agree more. Hilaria Baldwin explodes after Dancing with the Stars elimination. Insiders tell Shooter Scoop, that's Rob Shooter, go subscribe to his Substack, the Naughty But Nice Substack, that the Dancing with the Stars contestant, because it's really serious. We're really doing serious shit over here. Quote, completely lost it backstage after being eliminated during Disney night. Furious at producers, judges, and even husband Alec Baldwin. She was livid, spills one source. She thought she was a front runner and couldn't believe it was over. When the cameras stopped, she went off. According to insiders, Hilaria accused producers of, quote, sabotage, claiming they gave her the wrong music, the wrong choreography, and then blamed Alec's friends for not voting. Ay, caramba. Well, we'll have to talk to Rob about this as he gathers more intel on this most consequential elimination. If only we could fully eliminate Hilaria from the culture at large. I do not enjoy her. As the season changes to colder weather, it turns out that your blood pressure tends to spike due to the narrowing of blood vessels, and that makes a lot of sense. Also, your salt cravings go up, and then you've got, less by nature physical activity. But here is the good news. You do have the power to take control of all of that with 120 Life. 120 Life is a blend of great tasting superfruit juices that can actually help lower your blood pressure naturally. It is trusted by over 1,000 health professionals and used by people just like you who have seen real measurable results. You can try it yourself risk-free with their 2-week trial. Just go to 120life.com and use code NERVE. That's NERV to save 15% off. You can track your progress with a simple blood pressure monitor, watch your numbers drop, and feel the difference. Plus, it's completely risk-free. If you don't see lower numbers in 2 weeks, you get your money back. So you have nothing to lose except high blood pressure. So go to 120life.com. That is 120life.com. And remember to use code NERVE to save 15%. This is serious. This is your life we're talking about, and 120 Life can help. So don't wait. Take control of your health today.